Hey Fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review on a LEGO Brickheadz 2020 set. It is from the seasonal line. It is based around Easter. We got a sheep this time, and it is number 100 in the line. We'll get into that a little bit later. Set number is 40380. Is recommended for building ages 10 and up, and it comes with 192 pieces. And when this came out, it retailed for about $10 here in America. So without further ado, let's get into this, start deconstructing it, see how it stacks up. Here is the set all built up. As always with the Brickheadz, I'm going to take you through the actual Brickheadz first, and then we're going to take a look at the display stand that it comes on. Taking a look at the main build of the set, the build process for this was pretty simple and very straightforward. Pretty much all the standard things you'd expect with a Brickheadz build. Most of the intriguing builds are with the external part of the build, and there's not much to this sheep here, but it is still nicely built up. You do get an accessory in one of the hands that is very rare for Brickheadz characters. So you got a paintbrush with some orange paint on it. That is even to this day a relatively rare color for that piece. And then the build, it is very repetitive, but it is still nicely done. You build each side of these plates with studs and 1x1 tiles and 1x1 regular studs, and you just alternate them. So the build is slightly repetitive, but it is still fun to put together because it's not built the same way all across. So, and you do have on this side, you have a couple of orange studs used here for like splotches of paint, which also ties into this narrative they got going with this set, which we'll get into with the display base. But up here in the face, you have a nice shape done. How they did this, the snout here is also very nice. It's nice sloped off. You have the standard Brickheadz eyes right there. You have an interesting part usage here, where you have some where you have the Unikitty tail here in white. That is a rare color for that piece, just plain like that. And it is pretty much used right here for a little bit of curly to kind of make it a little bit more cutesy. And then you do have the ears here in a gray, and they are in hinges, and they're just one piece, but they are pretty posable. So if you want to pose it, you can for display purposes. And then looking at the display base, it's pretty simple, and it does utilize that same build for the main Brickheadz plate base for the display, as well as that standard build that they have going for all the seasonal builds, where they just have the build going off into two corners here. You do have lime green used down here for the grass, which pretty interesting color to use there. And then on this side, you have a bucket of orange paint here with a stud representing the paint in there. You got a little bit of paint on the bottom there. And then you have this nice build for a tulip using that rare. It's becoming less rare, but you got coral used there for the petals of the tulip, and some nice basic part usage, but that is pretty nicely done for a build. And then on the other side here, you have a nice little bit of rocky terrain built here. And then you have 2 eggs built up here that are just displayed for Easter. And that's where all the orange paint comes in. Is the idea is the sheep is painting some Easter eggs. So they do utilize that relatively old balloon bomb piece introduced a lot of years back. You get it in 2 separate colors, but it is nice, and you can pretty much rearrange those to build your own eggs if you so want. But so relatively small selection of extra pieces for the set. Of course, because it's a Brickheadz, we do get an extra one of those nice tiles printed with the eye. And then the most interesting extra part here is you get an extra one of the paintbrushes. And again, like I said, this has been updated, so the entire tip of the brush is orange instead of just that little bit for paint. So a good extra part to get there. Looking at the instructions, pretty standard here. Cover, part sorting. It's very basic. You build the Brickheadz of the sheep first, and then you build the stand. Pretty simple. It does come with 44 pages of building, and then here we have a cross cell for the other spring-related seasonal Brickheadz that were released around the same time. And you have the parts inventory, and then the win product feedback thing on the back. So taking a look at the box, it's at standard size that we see for the seasonal Brickheadz. Pretty standard here. You have the Lego Brickheadz logo at the top, set specs on the side. Nice product shot of the Brickheadz with landscape around it. No base though. You do have some Easter eggs in the background all over the box, just to accentuate which holiday this is for. You got the typical border on the back, around the bottom here, with the call out of what the Brickheadz actually is, and then the number within the collection that it is. Top of the box, sorry, my box got a little crushed just due to storage. Top of the box, you have the snout, the piece used for the snout as the actual size. Different languages there. Side of the box, you just have that standard shot of letting you know that the standard feature of Brickheadz there. And then back of the box, you just have another product shot of the set fully built up, and then a cross-sell for the other 2 holidays for the first half of the year for Valentine's Day and the Chinese Lunar New Year. So going over into my final thoughts for the set. Build wise, it was pretty it was a pretty enjoyable build, a little bit repetitive, kind of standard for Brickheadz. I do appreciate the overarching story that they tried to tie in with this Brickheadz, where it's got the paint splotches and the can of paint on the floor there, just to kind of tell a little story of the sheep painting the eggs and make it a little bit of a mess. So that I really appreciated that, as well as this does give me the vibes of Easter, which is important for these seasonal Brickheadz to me, that they can accurately convey and give the vibe of the season. So I do feel like with the build of the little display, it does give the vibes of springtime, of going out and finding Easter eggs and searching for them. And then you got the nice little sheep, which is traditionally tied to that springtime and Easter time. Quality wise, I'm going to get into this right now. It is marketed on the box that the number 100 is highlighted in gold, just due to this being the 100th Brickheadz, and they obviously wanted to celebrate reaching that in the line. But I really think that they could have chosen another Brickheadz to relegate that to, instead of like the standard one for like holiday. It just seems like they just reached 100. They assigned the sheep to it, and it doesn't really feel all that special, is what I'm getting at. So $10 for this too. Yes, if you enjoy the Brickheadz line, it is a worthy pickup, especially for the seasonal wave of 2020. This was a really good pickup, and I do feel like it is worth that, especially for that. And even if you don't like the Brickheadz line, this is still a good parts pack. You get some rare colors, you get some rare pieces, so I do recommend it. So this gets from my rating scale, it gets a 9.5 out of 10 from me. So that does it for this review. Comment below, let me know what you think about the set, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, keep building.